Hey everyone, today we're cooking a steak and we're cooking it indoors, all right? You don't have to just grill a steak. This is probably one of the best ways to cook a steak. We're gonna sear this steak. So first thing we wanna do is get a pan hot. I got this on medium high heat. Cast iron pan works really well. These made-in pans are awesome. Link in the description. They just hold heat really well. So get a pan on medium heat. And today we're cooking a ribeye steak. This has got to be the king of steaks. A little bit about this steak. You got some beautiful fat in there, right? There is some marbling to it. This part right here is the best tasting part of the cow, I must say. That little cap section right here. So this steak was picked out perfectly. And what we're going to do is we're going to sear it in this pan. Now, when you're talking about steak that you're going to sear in a pan, there's a couple things to consider. If it's too thick, right, you're going to sear both sides. You're going to get a nice crust on there. That's the beauty of what we're going to do here. But if it's too thick, you're not going to be able to cook it in the middle. So it's important to have a certain thickness. This is just over an inch. It's like 1.25 inches. It's perfect. It should be able to go the whole way in this pan. But if not, we're ready to throw it in the oven and just bake it off until it hits that internal temperature of what you're looking for. Me, I'm going for like 135. 130 to 135 when it pulls off. It'll get a little more heat. I'm going close to medium, but more of a medium rare. That's what I like to shoot for at a steak. So we get a pan preheating here before we add our oil. Just cover some of the ingredients before we get started. I got 3 cloves of garlic. Now these 3 cloves of garlic are whole, but I squashed them. Why? Because it's going to release a little more of that garlic flavor. But I'm not going to have little bits of garlic in there that are going to burn up because we're cooking at some high heat, right? We got kosher salt. Really important. A thick kosher salt. I got butter. Grass-fed butter. Unsalted is probably best because you're going to salt the steak. And I finish it off with some black pepper. Oil. You want a high heat oil, right? Extra virgin. Everybody's going to say, dude, that ain't hot. That isn't a high heat oil. But this is where I go and what I cook. Extra virgin olive oil, not regular. This is going to give a little more higher heat level before it smokes. You could use an avocado oil if you like. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is liberally coat this with salt, all right, on both sides. Now remember, this is pretty thick steak, so you can put quite a bit of salt on here. And you don't have to worry about it because it's not going to penetrate all the way through. Get all the sides. All right. Don't forget the sides. Everybody forgets the sides on a steak. All right. The pan's good and hot. We're going to add the oil. Guys, I like to add a little bit extra oil here because I want it to go up the side of the steak. Okay. I don't want it just on the bottom. So we want a good amount of oil there. And what are we looking for? This oil is going to start to shimmer. You can kind of see it now. It's not close yet. But you're going to get lines in that oil. And that's going to tell you it's warm enough. All right, guys. So it's just about ready to smoke there. You can see the oil moves with like these veins in there. This oil is definitely hot enough. So what we're going to do is grab this steak, put it in the pan, and make sure you drop it away from you. Okay. You hear that sizzle? That's what you're looking for, guys. Make sure it's in the center, and then just give it a little push, so make sure that the surface of this steak is all on the bottom of that pan. And now it's key. Do not touch the steak. Let it do its thing. We need that to brown. All right, guys, so you can kind of see a little bit of a light smoke here, right? The thing isn't like billowing in here, and that's a good sign. We got it hot enough that you creating some smoke. See it in here, but I can start to see that crisp all the way around. Now guys, if it does start to billow and it's getting like way too hot, you can always lift your pan off the heat, okay? That's gonna buy you a little bit of time with the heat of the pan. So when do you flip it? It's a good idea. You can kind of give it a check, and if it releases like that, see how it wants to release? That's a good time. So grab that steak, get some of that oil on the bottom, and then give it a flip. Oh man, look at the crust on the sides of that steak. So just like we did on the other side, we're letting that other side brown. Now guys, it's always a good idea to check where you're at, alright? You can go in there and check where you're at. Like I'm still barely in the center, breaking 100. It's gonna go quickly near the end, but gives you an idea. So let's check that fat on the other side. You can see, oh, that browning's perfect on this side as well. The one thing you want to do, guys, too, is that fat cap along the sides needs to get some browning too. So go ahead and take your steak and sear that off, because you don't really want a chewy fat when you're eating that. So it's important to get that going in the pan as well. You can see how that's browning that up nicely. Really important, guys, to have a thermometer. You got to have one of these. So I'm at 112, and now it's time to add the butter and aromatics, right, before we go too far. So guys, just add that butter into that pan. At this point, you can turn it down a little. The fresh garlic in here. All right, now that that butter's added, we want to baste that steak. And remember that side that was not fully brown? This is the time you get to brown that. So you tilt your pan to one side and you just keep adding that butter and that garlic mixture to the top. And that's going to end up cooking and browning this a little bit better on that one side. So go ahead and keep adding it. Guys, I like my steaks like medium rare to medium, so I'm looking at like 135. You know, one of the best parts of this is that browning of the butter adds a tremendous amount of flavor to that steak. All right, guys, let's check the temperature of this steak. 135 in the center. It is time to pull this off. Once you know, you know. Don't waste your time. Get it right off that heat. Put it right in the center of this cutting board. And guys, I'm going to add a little bit of this garlic just to sit on top of this. Pour a little bit of this on top. And now, guys, the key is we're going to let this rest. We're going to let this steak rest like 5 to 8 minutes. Hey guys, I wanted to share with you real quick. I have a cooking basics course. It's got lessons in there that will help you learn how to cook or elevate your cooking game. It's extremely affordable. Check out the link in the description or the link above. Now let's get back to the video. Guys, right when I pull it off, I like to add my pepper. I like a little black cracked pepper on it. I don't do the pepper in the pan because I think it burns it. So we're still letting it rest another minute, guys. During this resting period, the juices are going back into the steak. That's what they say. It's definitely something you want to do. One thing to consider too is that it's still cooking while it's sitting here. So temperature is going to go up sometimes 3 to 5 degrees while it's resting. This might be a little bit on the higher end of that number that I like to pull it at. It might be a little more of a medium steak. But that's something you just have to follow really closely. Because, guys, when it goes from 100 to 130, it's usually really fast. And you have to be prepared for that. All right, moment of truth. Let's see what this ribeye did. It's been resting. It's so juicy on top. Get this garlic out of the way. And I'm just going to go right through the center of this ribeye. Here's the cap. This part is usually the most tender. This is the most tasty. So we're going to go right through here. Let's see where we came. This is definitely a medium. Guys, I like a medium steak. It could have went a little more rare. You can see how juicy that is. Totally juicy. More of a medium, but hey guys, how do you like your steak? Medium, medium rare? Let me know in the comments. But that's the easiest and simplest way on how to cook a steak.